ho ho ya 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 ho. When was the last time you made such kind of sounds which is not making any sense to anyone, not to even you? And when was the last time you were playing whistle? When was the last time? When was the last time you were clapping for no reason? And when was the last time you were playing with your laps like randomly on bus stand or railway stand, like taka, 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 taka. When was the last time? Karone re karon, parama karon, akarone karonuina. You were singing a song of a language that you don't understand, you don't know, that's not your mother language, mother tongue. When was the last time you were simply sleeping on your mother's lap and she was singing a lullaby for you? All of these, I don't want their answers, but it is to understand the sounds around us and our connection with the sound. Before the language, it was just a sound. Ladies and gentlemen, before I realized the magic of sound, that how sound is giving me a freedom and how it is breaking my circuit of thoughts, and now I'm away from my thoughts that are distracting me, and how sound is boosting my confidence. I was a very living mundane life in Mumbai, and from 9 to 5 job and traveling in local train. Back then the sounds in my life were station, Agla station, Thane. Yes. Back then the sounds in my life were elevator. Back then the sounds in my life were full of lift and, the honking in traffic. Everything was going what makes sense to the world, but it was not making any sense to me. In the world that tries and wants everybody to make sense, I thought, who will address the nonsense? Am I that person? Let's address nonsense. And I met my roommate, Pavel. And he was from Switzerland, came all the way to India to learn Indian spices. And I thought he's traveling entire India to understand Indian spices. I am Indian man. I'm not traveling India. I know just Mumbai 9 to 5 Agla station Thane. Okay. Why not myself? That gave me an immediate inspiration to travel my own country, and that's my first solo trip from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Inspired from a European who traveled entire India and telling me about my own India. I started traveling entire India, and there I met these African women residing in Rajasthan. These women face severe domestic violence. These women face severe, all that bad you imagine that has happened to them. But every evening they would come and celebrate the spirit of Africa. And they introduced me to this another African, not so institutionalized instrument called djembe. And my ba, a lady, she said, play it, come on. I said, I don't know how to play. She said, oh man, come on, you don't need to know how to play. You have to simply wow, something happened to me. It gave me some idea that in the childhood, I was playing the benches and teachers, no noise. And it was allowing me to make that noise. Wow, I was so happy. Something opened inside me. And that evening is unforgettable, people. It was not making sense, the space of not making sense and space of just enjoying your own music, which is non-judgmental. Nobody is caring whether you're right or wrong. Okay, it just boosted my confidence. And I decided the moment I reach to Mumbai, I will buy my first djembe. And that's my first djembe I bought in Mumbai. And I started, jamming. Without any class, without any teacher, without any institutionalization, I started my African djembe journey and I started djembe. So the moment guests come to me, earlier the talks were, what are you doing? What's happening in your life? Now I give him a djembe, I pick one djembe and dumpa 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 dum. Our conversations from talks changed to sounds. Okay, it was just giving me many memories where our conversation shifted from serious talks, now are just sounds. Dumpa 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 dumpa. And interestingly, what happens here is I decided to create a space and invite more mad people like me who believe in nonsense, who feel that we are making too much of sense. My God, it's too much to handle. Come together and drum together and become one. So that is our first program in Nasik at a cafe where we decided to get people like us and just do some random music, which is nobody is judging us, nobody is watching us. Even if they're watching us, we are not caring. And it is just a music of our own madness coming out. It was just creating a space. And people, another cafe called me, can you please do it for us? I said, yeah, come on, we have got a first client. And then another school invited me, another cafe invited me, resorts invited me, and everybody was liking this madness of music where there is no audience. There are only performers. All our life, music surrounded by us, and we are just mere audience. That's not making sense to me. Why not we, all of us, are the audience, are the performers, and not the audience? And we did it across India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, everywhere, in every cafe, almost, wherever, in Goa, in Varkala, in Kanyakumari. We just needed a space where people can come and drum and be one. And here I launched my first program. I used my HR skills, and I said, oh my God, the way this world is heading to, my nonsense will make more sense to them. And we launched our very first program that was Drum at Desk, where corporate offices get their instrument at their desk and they get 20 minutes of log off from their routine structured thinking. 20 minutes simply log off, come together, drum together, and that circuit breaker of thoughts and work and a lot of, continuously we are thinking about our work, our life, our work, our life. It was just a break for that. 20 minutes, they just simply come, drum, and be one. It sold across, and I realized that though the inspiration is from Africa, but my own country is full of music. That inspired me to have my second Kashmir to Kanyakumari journey, in which I tried understanding our own music. And I realized that we have music from our birth to the death. For every single thing in India, we have music. We have music instruments, more than 8,000 folk music instruments that are there in our own India. So why not understanding them and documenting them? I started this journey and completed this entire Kashmir to Kanyakumari journey, understanding these instruments, these sounds across the India. And what makes me happy is the people who have never touched music instruments, picking one instrument and trying and playing it, and bringing a very beautiful smile on their face. They have never imagined that some music instrument will give them that kind of happiness. What gives me more happiness is the space after our circles is created, where people are into silence after a huge energy circle. Now they're reflecting that what was missing in their life, and now this madness is adding more magic into their life. What makes me more interesting that the division of gender it is breaking, the division of classes it is breaking, the division of religion it is breaking, and all people are coming together and celebrating. We have never gone to schools, never gone to any music education. It is just coming together and passing this African spirit in Indian way. And across the borders, across the country, across the villages, across the territories, our program sold, where they are just getting simple one instrument which anybody can play. And I found these damrus where a 3-year-old child, you give it to him. You don't need a teacher. A 70, 90, 99-year-old bedridden man, you give him a damru. He doesn't need any energy to play this. He simply plays it. And I thought, if I have to give and make my statement bold that everybody is a born musician, I have to pick something that everybody can relate, everybody can play, and it doesn't need any institution, it doesn't need anything. Simply they played. And in this entire journey, I realized that, let's say you don't have any music instrument. Can your body become music instrument and you become music? Can my body become a... And people say you can't play, you can't clap with one hand. As I prove you wrong. रूप सुहाना लगता है, चांद पुराना लगता है, तेरे आगे ओ जानम. I simply jam wherever I am because my body has become a music instrument now. And the entire journey is passing the same madness to the people. What makes me more happy is people coming out of their circuit of thoughts, continuously thinking about everything and trying to make sense for everything in their life. We just invite people to come and break your thoughts and bring them to this madness. And in entire journey, we spread this madness to across 18 countries where this madness is promoted, where people have to make no sense, come together and simply jam together irrespective of whether you are skillful or you're not, you don't have any skills of music. And now something that I want to do it here and make you a part of my madness. What we are going to do here is, can you repeat after me? Ah, A, O, Ya. Wonderful. Not making any sense? Wonderful. That's what I want. Yeah. Yes, yes. Ah, A, O, Ya. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. With snaps. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. With claps. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. 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 And stop. And with this rhythm, can you just move your body and take hands up in the sky? Ah, eh. Can you take hands up in the sky? Wow. And simply let go and ah, eh, oh, yeah. 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 Come on. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. Ah, eh, oh, yeah. Ah, eh, oh. And now understand what are these sounds. trust me, it is sound that shifts the mood. It shouldn't be our thoughts that shifts the mood. In entire my journey, I realized that it is making me dance, it is making me sing, it is making me play, it is also giving me the same silence that I always wanted to. And the entire message that we are not here to be mere just audience. We are all performers, and let's perform and celebrate that madness, fix the madness that is missing in our life. And in the entire process, we are offering these programs where people can become mad and they become like this, something that they wear, they dance, they embody the rhythm. Thank you so much, people, for listening to me.